Greetings and welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well today. I am guided by Spirit. I'm recording this on June the 30th, just before 8 a.m. Trigger warning: the subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. Disclaimer: all cases are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. Alright, so in this episode, in this fifth episode of the Karen Reid case, I'm going to be looking at the week ahead, when we can expect a possible verdict or the jury coming back in. I must say the popularity and the support she has outside the courtroom is really heartwarming, while she takes on the Boston police station. Now, of course, at the heart of the matter is the passing of John O'Keefe, and I've brought his details in, and I've got Karen's as well as the Boston police. On the top row, we have the week that is ahead of us. Now, interesting, if we look at June 28, that is when there was high-level discussions, and we can see it here, 28-10-1. And there was an apparent deadlock. So if we look at Monday, we see these double eights here. So I'm not going to make a prediction when the verdict's coming in. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is highlight the days coming up and show the strengths and weaknesses for Karen and John when these verdicts come out, right? So Monday we have the double eight here, which is a conflict of interest, which is also a deadlock. You see the 8 plus 8. You can also look at it as 8v8. And this is happening in the day. So I don't believe if a verdict does come out on Monday, it will be very late. But what I'm seeing here is mainly deadlocked for the day. I made a note here, 37-10-1, so I'm going to put an asterisk here because, in my opinion, there may, because of the deadlock, or the potential of this deadlock here, there is hidden decision-making going on as well, which is a bit concerning, 37-10-1, and that leads in from this 36-9 here. So I don't believe a verdict will come out, or if it does, it will be very late on Monday because we have this deadlock. But there's background activity happening here, which is a little bit concerning. The Tuesday, July the 2nd, this 9 is problematic here for me. And on one hand, it does speak about a murder trial. Now, I would just say, based on Karen's date of birth, if the verdict comes out on Tuesday, or the jurors come back with a decision, it's going to work against Karen quite heavily here, I would imagine. Okay? Now, if the verdict does come out on Tuesday, and if we go 3 days ahead to look at a summary, and here's the summary here, we've got, unfortunately, 2 numbers in both days. So the 12-3 and the 17-8 speak about incarceration, unfortunately. But I'm also getting the feeling of lesser charges. The theme has come up again, lesser charges. Now, I don't know how they list the charges. And of course, we will hear that once the jurors come in. But I'm getting a sense of lesser charges. If the verdict comes out on Tuesday, I believe it's not going to be in Karen's favor. We've got a staunch 11-2 on a reflection day, and that is all about the law. 12-3 is arrest, like putting handcuffs on someone, 12-3. So I'm looking purely from a judicial point of view, right? 17-8 here speaks about incarceration. So 17.8 is actually in jail. 12.3 speaks about arrest. So not a good day. Tuesday, not necessarily in favor of Karen, but I'm still getting the sense of lesser charges, okay? Wednesday, July the 3rd. Now, this 10-1 pings directly on Karen because she is a life path 10-1 and she does have the 10-1 in the day as well. And this day, the outcome 18-9 does speak about murder. But we also have this hidden 21-3 in the reflection of the Wednesday. And even though there may be lesser charges or she's found guilty on lesser charges, these guys are still gunning to have her arrested. So let's just say if there is a deadlock, because we do see the presence of a deadlock on Monday, if there is a deadlock, and if she's found guilty on lesser charges or whatever it is, they're still going to come for her. This 21-3, hidden 21-3, that is ill intent, in my opinion. And of course, July the 4th is a Independence Day for Americans. So happy Independence Day in advance. But the Wednesday, the reflection day with this 13-4 can signal change, but also or signifies a lesser death, let's say, like a death, accidental death, 13-4. But there's still incarceration, 12-3 is arrest. So for me, Tuesday doesn't feel like a good day. So let's say Monday there's a deadlock, right? So if there's an 8 and an 8, but then suddenly the next morning there seems to be or the jury comes back with a decision with this 9 year. And that's why this 37-10-1 bothers me, that if the jurors are deadlocked by end of Monday, there's background activity happening here. That the following day, all of a sudden now the jury are ready to come in. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm putting this asterisk here. There's going to be decisions made in the background here. It could also bring about discussions about a plea, or can they still offer a deal, or can there still be some kind of lesser sentence? But I believe the state may be having difficulty in getting everyone convinced on this matter. So if the decision comes around Tuesday morning, I would be a little bit worried. If it comes around July the 3rd, there will still be charges, but lesser charges. Okay. But there's definitely intent for, these guys are gunning for Karen, yeah, unfortunately. With the presence of this 21-3 and the 37-10-1, there's meddling in the background here. All right, so what else can I point out? It's interesting to note the June 28, 29, 30. So this is the weekend here. All the information has been discussed. Everything's out in the open. So, but what's interesting here is the Sunday, which is today, June the 30th. We see the stack of 8s here. So seemingly, and it ends with a 17-8, it seemingly feels like they've come to a decision, or a decision's been made by the end of Sunday. But when we get round to Monday, there seems to be now this collection of 8s, which is like something has gone awry, or someone has changed their mind, or maybe even one person in the jury has changed their mind. Do you know what I mean? So this could bring about this deadlock here. But everything seems fine by end of Sunday. By Monday, there's issues with all these 8s. But I'm a bit worried that if it takes place Tuesday morning, there could be a harsh situation here. but Wednesday, lesser charges. So we'll keep an eye. I'll keep an eye out on the verdict and what the outcome is, and we'll do a follow-up show to look at this outcome. But I believe there's going to be a change on Monday, and therefore creates this deadlock. We hope that it comes out on Wednesday for Karen, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'm not making predictions. These are the different impacts of the day, and then we can see. And of course, there must be justice for John, of course. And if you aren't aware, the previous episode that I did, episode 3, the family and lawyers behind the Sandra Birchmore case are coming forward. They're coming forward because there was a crime committed. And I believe this was the main issue about this whole situation, this 33-12-3 right here. And of course, they're trying to hinge everything on Karen Reed, right? So let's see if the jurors come back this week. But certainly Monday seems to be problematic. So we'll keep an eye on the proceedings. All right, please leave your comments. I do love engaging with your comments. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and take care. Bye for now.